One of last summer's big problems is already back this year. Wildfires are once again burning in Canada, and some states in the Midwest are on air quality alerts. You may remember our region saw several days worth of thick smoke in the area last summer. So ABC 22's Isabel Schoeneman talked with the National Weather Service about what could happen. Isabel, the first thing I said was, not this again.
The short answer is no, Lauren. The Science and Operations Officer with Burlington's National Weather Service tells me what happened last year was unusual, and the wildfires are simply too far away from us to have much of an effect. And as long as the fire stays away from our region, he said at most, some folks could see a hazy sky and even those orangey reddish sunsets brought on by smoke in the atmosphere. Do you remember waking up to a hazy horizon and the smell of smoke in the air last summer? As firefighters are working to tame dozens of active fires in Canada and harmful smoke crosses the U.S. border in the Midwest, you may be asking, will we see smoke again? Well, the National Weather Service says what started last June was rare.
There were a lot of lightning strikes in the boreal forests of northern Quebec, and this created a lot of lightning-induced wildfires.
Peter Bonakis says last year's fire burned throughout much of the summer there.
Every time we had a strong north wind, the smoke from these fires was so widespread it was able to travel into northern New York and Vermont quite readily.
Although it was a headache for many a year ago, Bonakis says it was an anomaly.
We usually don't see large wildfires in the northeast U.S. or southeastern Canada.
He says Vermont has a moist climate, and wildfires closer to us are rare. Bonakis says that's good news for our region.
Most of the wildfires that initiate in the western U.S. and western Canada, by the time that smoke gets to our area, it's in the high levels of the atmosphere. So this creates a hazy appearance to the sky. It creates some reddish sunsets that are kind of cool to look at. But fortunately, because the smoke's not in the lower levels of the atmosphere, we don't have the respiratory elements and the problems that we do when wildfires develop closer to Vermont.
When smoke is in the low levels of the atmosphere, Bonakis says that's when there's a concern for human health. Although the Burlington NWS says the chances of experiencing wildfire smoke here are low, the CDC says if smoke does reach your area, stay in tune with the air quality index to gauge the risk. But the big takeaway here, Bonakis does not expect to see the same problems we saw last year with the smoke. Live in Colchester, Isabel Schoeneman, ABC 22 News.